It's the 13 millimeter wrench story, guys. The 13 millimeter wrench from God. You want to know how? Watch and learn. Kind of a cool, actually a very cool story about the power of prayer. Alright guys, so I'm wiring a house, right? Got my batteries charging on the hood because, haven't ran the inverter wire. And I spot a leak in my truck. Great. What it ended up being is that my fuel bowl was leaking. I didn't tighten it all the way. And they say God works in mysterious ways. Well, I just so happened to have this 13 millimeter in my pocket for like 3 days and been meaning to get it back to my other toolbox. Perfect fit in the fuel bowl. Let me show you. And pretty much. They say God works in mysterious ways. It's a wonder why I haven't got this 13 millimeter wrench back to my toolbox. There you go. That's why. Back to wiring this house. As you can see, I'm in the midst of everything. Crazy thing is, y'all gonna think no, you probably won't if you watch my channel because you're probably similar or the same. The power of prayer is a real thing. Sometimes I gotta pray in how we make it. So I don't always have the best ideas. I'm like, man, I'm doing everything I know how to do. We still need money to pay bills, gotta get money to buy food. Sometimes it's great and sometimes it's not. It's not always feast or famine, but if you get used to famine here and there, you operate pretty well in it, but you pray. Well, the other day I was praying, and that was yesterday. Said a prayer, and I go to work. I ended up making enough to buy everything I needed to buy that day. At a certain dollar amount I needed to make. It just magically came. I called a customer and he ended up paying me that day and gave me extra work and had enough money. And then I go to my last appointment and it's a volunteer and ended up with a bunch of free food. And oddly enough, I'm only eating like baked chicken and green beans and things like that. Well, I got a bunch of baked chicken and green beans, enough for me and my family. Well, today's my son's birthday, Ford. I also ended up with a cake last night. Woo! Is it Jimmy party again? That's right, man. Oh, is it going? Ooh, woo!
I'm gonna party like it's 2021.
Yes, sir.
I know.
I know.
You came out partying and you're still partying.
That cake is good, ain't it?
Later.
Look, he's still hooking up with the doggy.
Aw.
Still hooking up with the doggy. You dropped it in your bib. You dropped it. It's in here. I know.
Is that good, cake?
Look, that's his Nixon pose. He's figured it out. Oh no, is it Reagan? Is it Reagan that did that? The president's pose, Ronald Reagan. You ever seen it? And then on top of that, I ended up with a 50-inch TV, which I'm giving to my wife because our TV's a 32-inch and it's breaking. It's having problems. So I prayed. I got money, food, a cake for my son, and a TV for my wife because their TV's broken. I'm like, And then the 13 millimeter wrench happens, and sometimes it's like, hey man, he's throwing you signs. Just pay attention and thank him for it. Because I can't do it on my own. I'm a mess. I forget so much stuff in a day. I just operate on a case-by-case basis. So when you ever have a 13 millimeter wrench in your pocket for like 4 days, and you're like, man, I got to put this back, and you just keep forgetting. Then you end up with a fuel leak, and you're like, well, what can I turn? I got to turn the fuel bowl. And it dawns on you, you got a 13 millimeter wrench in your pocket, son. It's been there the whole time. He knew it was going to happen. It's pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Leak's all fixed. I got more to add to the story. It keeps going. Can't make this up. So, I had to call my wife, talk to her, blah, blah, blah. I was telling her the same story. And then I get a call right after that. Because, you know, and that call is for a job, and it happens to be in Hampton. And I can't get to today, but guess where I happen to be going tomorrow? Hampton. Crazy. Yeah. So, the power of prayer works pretty well, if I have to say. So, we're going to keep praying and keep thanking God for everything that He blesses us with. Because sometimes, I don't know how I'm going to make it, but I somehow manage, and that's probably how. As, you know, I don't care what you are, who you are, you can't make that up. Like, carrying a wrench around your pocket, keep forgetting to put it away, and then you need the wrench. You know, go out one day and come home with a bunch of food, the type of food that you eat, green beans and meat. Eat a lot of that. You know, a cake for your birthday for a son, a TV, and the TV in your room is broken or acting weird, you get a brand new one. Like, what the heck? And then your schedule's full, and then your channel's doing well, and then your trucks are running. You know, what's going on? What's going on? It's not normally like this, right? You know, sure, you guys are, you know, everyone's doing a little struggling here and there, but it's nice when things go right. And you got to thank God, because it sure ain't me. I'm a mess, like I said. So now I'm going to drive this thing 30 minutes in one stop, then 45 minutes in another stop, and still running on black diesel. And I found a power steering pump leak in this bad boy as well. You know, after I found the fuel filter leak, which was that, at least that was easy. So that'd be one more thing I repaired. Oh, also, on one video I plugged this thing in. Yeah, well, that doesn't work. It shorts out the outlet. So I've been cold starting it cold. So that's one more repair I got to do to this truck. And then there's some type of crazy rattle on the driver's side by the wheel somewhere. I can't figure out what it is yet. I'm have to get up like under it and have someone turn it off and stare and blah blah blah. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe. Look, so I just gave you guys a speech about the God thing. It's completely true. And look what I didn't add. Look, you thought this video was over. You should know I'm ADD. Not gonna happen. What I did add about that birthday cake, it's red velvet. It's my wife and my son's favorite. So now I'm heading to my next call, and I'm in Greenbrier Mall. And let me show you how I had to park, because I couldn't park on any of the side streets in Norfolk. When you have a truck as big as mine, you don't fit in the parking spots. So this is what you do. Just make sure you lock your stuff where you go. You know, what do you want me to do? I drive a man truck. What do you want me to do? So now I gotta walk like 5 or 6 blocks because I can't park my truck anywhere to go quote this next job. So what am I doing now? Well, I just wired a smart home. Now I got an older building that needs their upgrade their access control because it's antiquated. Right up my alley. You know, when you're a real contractor, you're like, hey, I'm John. What do you need? Yeah, just call me. I could probably do it. You know, I even had someone send me over. They want me to stop by and fix a Windows password. They got locked out of the computer. Can I do that? Yeah, I can do that too. When you start doing IT, man, in like that genre and that world of troubleshooting, everything else is infinitely easier because you start to understand it. But when I was in my 20s, nah, shit would never happen. Now that I'm in my 30s, getting close to 40, gotten a lot wiser, I think. Now I'm in this building. All right, I guess I'm gonna call the lady and see the deal. These things are pretty cool. Perfect work vehicle, right? All right, well, I thought about checking out one of these Lime scooters and riding it, but trying to lose weight. So I just checked out the building over there. Yeah, it is pretty dated. Shouldn't be too hard of a job. You know, whatever. So now, just walking back to my truck, and I might be able to squeeze out one more job. I don't know. It's not looking good for me. But there's nothing like walking through downtown Norfolk. Not too long ago, though, there were people shot like right across the street at the mall. Been people shot everywhere lately. Can't even go to Walmart. Whew. That looks totally fun. Do I have time to ride a Lime scooter? All right, I'm not gonna ride it this time. I really wanted to, though. I thought about taking a little joyride, but I need to stay focused. It's easy not to be focused when you're a contractor. You're like, oh, a Lime scooter, I should ride that. Ha ha. Back in the day when I had a bunch of people working for me, between sales stops, I could do that. I used to like ride my bike for 4 or 5 miles, all kinds of fun stuff. You know, well, then life changed, the economy changed, and I'm no stranger to work. You know, I think I'm like the work harder type of guy. I don't know if I'm exactly work smarter. I need to reconcile that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So now, this next quest is a 40-minute drive, or 35, 40 minutes, if I can make my next appointment, which is another service call. I make like $200 to show up. I'm gonna try. If not, I don't even know if I'll get to it tomorrow. Sometimes, you know, when you pray to God and He sends you a bunch of work, you gotta try to get to it all. Craziness. I almost made it to the track. I had to pee. So, you know, get a few more steps in for my weight loss quest. On that quest, I'm down 22 pounds, guys, and counting. She just so pretty looking. I mean, I like her dirty and rugged looking like she is. I really love that truck. That was a good buy. Whew. It's not looking good. Let me squeeze in one more job. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be done for the day and have to go to my other appointment. So, it's going to be what it is. I doubt I'll be able to do it tomorrow. I might be able to get to it Friday. This is how it works when you're a contractor sometimes. You make plans when you're a contractor, and then you just got to go with the flow because it doesn't always work like you planned it. You just try to bring in as much as you can. You know, when you got it, be happy and thankful for what you got. And, you know, I guess the message of this video is just thank God for what you got. Because one day it could all be gone. You could lose everything. You could lose your whole existence as it is. And everything you took for granted. Ask me how I know. Ooh. I changed my mind. I have about exactly 30 minutes to knock this job out. So as you look, this is where I'm at. I told you my job ranges real fast. I go from one extreme to another extreme to another extreme. So I gotta change 3 automated door locks, coat on them, and look at cutting down a tree. And they already fixed the range hood apparently, which is cool. Look, I'm a good contractor. I'll even bring the trash cans in. Don't gotta ask me. All right, guys, I'm headed home. This is gonna be the end of this video. And I hope you guys paid attention when I was talking about those signs. Sometimes they're right in your face that the Lord's working with you. But anyhow, on another subject, I'm still on black diesel. I've been driving a whole bunch. I gotta get some more black diesel because I'm about to be paying for fuel by tomorrow. But here's where my tank's at on black diesel on day 2. I finished day 1 with a half a tank, and here's day 2. Day 2, we're down to a quarter. I'm almost home. Getting ready to switch to the regular diesel. I filled up the front tank this morning just because I don't feel like stopping. It was right there for cheap. So that's the end of the day. But 2 days of straight black diesel, baby. That's $100 saved in my pocket.